Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. As the title suggests, today I have a pretty big announcement to make. And the announcement I'm going to make is that I'll be making my return to professional over-the-board chess. I will be representing the Netherlands at the FIDE World Cup 2021 in Sochi, Russia. Now, as some of you know, the World Cup is an elimination tournament, and the bracket of the tournament came out a couple weeks ago. And we can have a quick look at it. So here we see the bracket, and we can see myself. I'm playing Asil Abdijabbar in the first round, rated around 2400 from Kyrgyzstan. If I would make it through, I would probably play Savion, but I'm taking it one round at a time, and I can't take anything for granted. So first I have to focus on that. And like I said, it's going to take place in Sochi. We see the venue here. It's going to be held at the Galaxy Entertainment and Leisure Complex. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, it's been a very long time since I've played over the board professionally. I've played a lot online over the past year. I mean, some of you might know I've been streaming a lot. Probably most of you here are from my Twitch channel. So it's been a while. And I just wanted to show you guys a game from my last World Cup, which was in 2019, which was actually my last professional over-the-board tournament, almost 2 years ago. So in the first round, I was playing Ivan Saric, very strong player, 2018 European champion from Croatia. And we drew both the classical games. So at the World Cup, you play two classical games, one with black, one with white. If that ends in 1-1, you play two rapid games with both 25 minutes plus 10 seconds bonus time. If that's still tied, you play two more rapid games, but this time with a time control of 10 minutes plus 10 seconds bonus time. And if that also is tied, you play a set of blitz games with a time control of 5 minutes plus 3 seconds bonus time. And if that ends in a draw, you go to an Armageddon. But like I said, we drew the classical games, and then we went to the rapid tiebreaker. So I started things off with 1d4. He played d5. I played c4. He played c6, the Slav defense. I played knight f3, knight f6, knight c3, and he played the move e6. This is called the semi-Slav, sort of a hybrid between a queen's gambit and a Slav. So I played the move bishop g5, the most aggressive approach against a semi-Slav. Black can also capture here on c4. This is what's called the Botvinnik attack, after which white plays e4, black plays b5, white goes e5, black generally plays h6, bishop h4, g5, and white sacks a piece here, but he's going to win the knight back as it's pinned to the queen. There's a lot of theory involved here, and I don't want to go into too many details, but instead of that, if we go back a couple moves, Ivan played the move h6, played bishop h4, and he took on c4. The difference is here, after I played the move e4, he doesn't have to play b5, which would transpose into a Botvinnik after e5, g5, knight takes g5. But instead of that, he has the extra option of playing the move g5 and breaking this pin first. So I draw my bishop back, and he goes b5. So here I cannot win my back material with the move e5. I mean, they're just move the knight. But he did weaken his king side a little bit, and this is called the anti-Moscow, a very sharp variation. So I played the move bishop e2, played bishop e7, queen c2. This is all theory. The move queen c2 is maybe a bit less well known. I'd say the main moves are castles and h4, but once again, there's a lot of theory involved. But he played knight e7, rook d1, and knight h5, going after the bishop on g3. Now I'm down a pawn. But as you see, I have all my pieces developed. Like both my knights are developed, my bishops are developed, and my queen and my rook. And if we look at black's position, I mean, this bishop is still in its initial square. The king's still in the center. So what do you do if you have a lead in development and your opponent's king is still in the center? You try to open up. So I played d5. He captured. I recaptured. He took my bishop. I recaptured, and he took the pawn. I took on d5, and he played bishop g7. Now note here that the check on e4 doesn't really do too much, it just goes king to f8. So instead of that, I played the move knight e3, so I'm heading for the f5 square. So he played queen a5 check and went king to f1. There's no good way to block the check. I mean, rook d2 is a bit of a pity. I'm also keeping his king stuck to the defense of the knight. So I played king f1, he played rook to d8, and I played knight f5. Hitting the bishop, he played king f8, and I played rook to d6. And actually, this is a well-known line, but Ivan didn't know the correct way to proceed. Black has a couple moves here, but the move Ivan chose is not correct. He took the knight at f3, after which I recaptured with g-pawn. And now the nice thing for white is that my king on f1 can actually go to g2, where it's completely safe, and I can move in the other rook. And okay, I'm a pawn down, but black's king is pretty stuck here. And after I recapture on an f3, Ivan played the move knight e5, which, believe it or not, loses the game on the spot. Now, if you want to figure out, you can pause your video and try to think for yourself. But the move white has here is the move queen c3. The problem for black is I'm hitting the queen. Let's see what black can do. Black can take my queen, but then I take on d8, which is checkmate, because the knight covers this square. If black captures my rook, I capture the queen. I'm up a queen for a rook, so white's obviously winning. And if black plays a move like b4, the problem is that I have a move like queen takes b4. And the same problem is still in the position. If he takes my queen, it's checkmate on d8. And I mean, if he takes the rook, I just take the queen, and I'm up queen for a rook. So instead of that, I mean, his queen is under attack. So Ivan moved the queen at c7. Now I just traded the rooks, and I took the bishop on g7, removing the defender of this knight. He recaptured. I took an e5. He played queen f6, and I can trade the queens. Even better is just capturing another pawn. The funny thing is, this was all played before in the game of Sam Shankland in 2012. I was aware of that game, but Ivan just couldn't remember it at the time. And in the game of Shankland, his opponent just resigned. Ivan just made a couple more moves. He played h5, played queen to b4, and he played rook to e8. But I mean, what do you do if you're up material? You go for a trade. So I played queen to c3. He took, I recaptured, and he just realized, okay, I'm down a piece. This is completely lost, so he resigned. So I was up in the match. So that meant that with black, I only needed to make a draw in the next game. It was a very tough game, but I sat solid, and I managed to hold the draw after a very tough game and move on to the next round, where unfortunately I lost to Alexander Grishuk, even though I had good chances to win that match as well. But like I said, I'll be making my return. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. That's always appreciated. And also check out a bunch of the links below, because that's a good way to stay in touch with my World Cup journey. So thanks everyone. Once again, I'll be more busy with like playing myself, and because of that, I've done a lot of preparation lately. That's why I haven't streamed as much, I haven't made as much videos. Still appreciate all the love and support from you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.